is Lisa Ann McCall, physical therapist, posture princess, and I am a lover of movement. Okay, so today we're going to talk about what if you have some aches and pains, and I'm going to specifically talk about back. Okay? Not neck. Well, neck is back, but it can help your back in this area, your neck. It could help your knees. It could help a lot of joints. But I'm going to be specific about the low back because I think that a lot of low back pain could be eliminated by a couple of simple tools. So, as a physical therapist, I was trained to teach exercises to rehab people to make them feel better, orthopedically. Now, what I always thought was kind of curious was, why were we having back pain? Now, I'm not talking about having an auto accident. I'm not talking about a sports injury. I am not talking about, that kind of stuff, outside forces. I'm talking about just life, living life, having back pain. Didn't make sense to me because we've been on this earth for quite a while. We've been moving for a long time. What's up with this? What's up with back pain? Well, I asked that question back in the 90s. That's a few years ago. And I evolved into studying ethnic movement. Okay? What does that mean? Studying people who do manual labor all day, carry things on their head, carrying their kids on their back while they work in the fields, working in the fields, squatting and fixing their meals. Very manual. And they didn't have problems with orthopedic back issues, knee issues. They didn't have problems. Matter of fact, as they got old and got up to 100, they were still carrying their firewood on their head. Well, what do you know? Maybe, just maybe, there was an intelligence within the body that the body isn't designed to break down instantly, but it's a gradual process. Getting old, that kind of deal. So, but in our society, we break down. Boy, do we break down, younger and younger. And then we get everything replaced. And we've got this whole business of fixing the body from the outside. What if we could just do a lot of that ourselves? Well, it's true. You can. I've been using this tool as a physical therapy tool for many years, and I've evolved into understanding a lot about common postural movements that have really made things challenging for people. Now, this is an art form. Your mind, your brain is going to be saying, what are the 1, 2, 3s? I'm not a 1, 2, 3 lady. Not going to happen. This isn't the place to go. I am learning a skill lady. I am learning a language kind of thing. This is an art form. This is literally a meditation. This is being present and finding out how to feel good in your body. It's kind of a body meditation. People go to yoga, they go to Tai Chi, they go to Qigong. Why can't we go here in our body, in our life? Then you could go to Tai Chi if you want. It's cool, It's not eliminating something. It's becoming healthy because it's there to use. And I know this is true. I'm 65. I started this when I was 32, maybe? 30-something. I move better. I am better. It never stops. It's a really lovely thing. Now, the next thing you're going to have a challenge with, probably, is that your mind's going to say, oh, this is too hard to learn. Oh, my God, she's been doing it for 30 years. No, that is your brain that thinks things are complicated. Have you ever thought about it? Kids don't think things are complicated. We complicate things as we age. No, it's not complicated. It's actually very simple. It's just a matter of showing up and showing up. So what I've done over the years is I've tried to make it as simple and entertaining and fascinating as possible because we tend to be wanting to be entertained and we don't have great attention spans. So I have today put together a life like we all have, picking stuff up, vacuuming, folding, just stuff you're going to do, and you're going to see one movement pattern that shows up over and over and over again. And then you can say, well, wait a minute, maybe if I really tackle that one movement, if I really embrace that one movement, maybe good things will happen. Well, they will, I promise. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to come out here and I'm going to show you lifestyle stuff, okay? So here we go. We'll start with, here's your house. Here's your laundry. Here's stuff on the floor. Here's my dog. Could be for kids, you know, kids' toys, dog toys. Anything on your floor is an opportunity to heal. One more time. Anything on your floor is an opportunity to heal. Now, there's a lot of things it can do for you, but I'm not talking to your brain right now. I'm talking to your body. And your body is not verbal. It's experiential. Okay, so here we go. Guess what? I found a tool. I'm big on tools to make things easier. Remember I said that? So I went to CVS and I got a back brace. So back braces in my world, you don't need to brace your back. Your back is already designed to be strong. It is it's super strong. You should see these people in other countries that carry tons of weight on their back. And they're smiling and they don't think anything of it. Because they set their structure up correctly. All right? It's a structure thing. Guess what? Muscles follow bones. If you never knew one muscle in your body, that would have no impact on how well you could move. I don't know that these people even know what muscles they're using. Okay? Right. So when you're a little kid, you move really well. And the thing that makes people move bad is they don't move a lot. So it's not just not moving that makes your blood pressure go up, your weight go up, blah, blah, blah. It also makes you forget how to move well. Okay, so let's just remember. The body wants to remember. So I got this back brace. It's about 25 bucks. I didn't want to get the expensive one. That's kind of ridiculous. So if you want to go get it, what I'm going to do is use this as a tool, not a crutch. It is not to be pulled in and hold tight to keep my back straight. No, it's to give you feedback. I'm giving you feedback. I put this on. I kind of put it up high. All right, so here it is up high. So I want my stomach relaxed, all right? And this is just keeping my back straight and allowing my little butt to stick out. I'm not tucking my tailbone. I'm not doing one of those deals. That's a whole other story, where that came from. So, okay, whoops. Yeah, I gotta make sure this works. All right, so I've got this on me, so it gives feedback. So what does that mean? Feedback is so that when I bend, I go, oh, I'm not gonna bend at the waist right now. You may be used to bending at the waist. What people have the biggest struggle with in learning this is to break the habit of waist bending when you're learning how to bend. And to be able to relax so that you can have more subtle changes. It's the subtle changes that you will start to feel that will help you heal. Okay, so here we go. I've got this on. So what am I going to do? I'm going to start off with the dog toys, okay? I'm going to come over and I keep this straight. My tummy's relaxed because this tells me, oh, don't bend at the waist. So, oh no, my hamstrings are too tight. Okay, bend your knees. Okay, now I bent my knees more, then I got to stick my bottom up higher. Why? If I want to get down there, I need my head and arms to go down there. It's a teeter-totter. It looks like that. So if I want to go down there, I'm not going to do this. No. I'm going to tip, and my tush is going to go in the air. There are people that do this all day long in these countries. They hang in a way from their hips. A lot of good stuff happens when you know how to bend well. Neck, shoulders, upper back, relax, butt gets strong, beautiful things. Okay, so here I go. I like to put my hands back here. So here I go. Oh, I gotta bend my knees a little bit. Okay, here I am. There it is, butt's in the air. I go around, I pick up dog toys. I pick up dog toys. I come back That was picking up. Okay? Now, I got these shoes, bend over, I pick them up. I put them wherever I want them. How many times do you think you bend in a day? You wouldn't believe it. You'd be amazed. So I'm going to move this for a second. Okay, now I'm going to fold some laundry. I'm going to keep this thing on. Sorry. Oh, there it is. Okay. So, bend over, got that. Okay. So I could sit here and slump, or I could stick a pillow under my butt, stick my butt out, and sit. And this tells me you're not going to slump. You're going to keep this part of your body straight and your belly relaxed. You don't need to hold your stomach in. Your structure is what keeps you strong. And the muscles around it. Together. They work together. Not one or the other. Together. And actually, the more efficient your movement is, the less muscles you use. Now they know this, those that have studied high-level athletes. Neurologically, you're more efficient. What do? You work less. Think about it. Common sense. You're watching an elite athlete. They do very complex things with less effort. That is just a neurological truth. So you don't have to be a great athlete for that neurological truth to be true for you and me. It's just true. We should be focusing on the skill of a movement. What's the skill? How am I sitting? I'm bending over. I'm folding. I'm not folding very well. There we go. So here I do. I got this. I go like that. I fold. Right? I'm folding. I pick up. I take it. I go like that. I fold. So I'm just sitting here hinging all the time. That's one thing. Okay. I kind of like this one. So, move that. Am I bending? Yeah, bending. From the hips? Yep. So I could I could clean my couch off, which I think is kind of fun to do personally. I think manual labor is so underrated. So underrated. My mother, who's 98 in a week or two, I don't know, I think she's lived a very long time because she did so much. She cooked, she sewed, she gardened, she cleaned. It was a part of her life to do what we consider below us. Something to think about, something to ponder. Okay, so I could be bending and doing this, right? Okay, I don't like that. All right, so there's those things. I still have this on, it's loose. You may want it a little tighter just because you want to think, but I can't tell if I'm bending at my hips. Okay, cool. I don't want it tight for you to think that it's supposed to be tight. You're supposed to be relaxed, moving and enjoying. But will you get tired doing that? Yes, you probably will get tired. You pay people to go to the gym and pick up their iron weights. You pay them. You pay them to go do manual labor, and then you go home. Think about it. People literally have set up a place for you to come pick up weights and do something that is not going to, it's not purposeful. You're not doing, it's not like you're moving sand and creating, digging a post hole. You're just moving weight, pay them money, and you go home. Well, you got tired. Well, get tired here. It's good. It's fun. Okay. Here we go. The love-hate relationship with vacuum cleaners. I could do a whole session on vacuuming, so I'm going to just briefly go into it. The first thing I want you to realize is this is more of a back, butt, leg thing than a shoulder, neck thing. So when I have this thing on, I'm going to think of moving like this. Whoops, let's put this down. Okay. I'm going to think about moving with a straight spine. Now what would be a non-straight spine? Would be most people doing this. They're thinking, they don't know, they're not thinking at all. They're just moving up here. And they go, oh, that hurts my back. Well, yeah, it probably does. Your upper body isn't designed for that. It's designed to do things, but it's designed to stay connected to this. This is your workhorse down here. Workhorse. Then as you get up here, it's more fine movement, right? Watch tennis. Here's the workhorse down here. Here, hitting things. Got to really know what you're doing. You're actually using your back when you serve. Use your back when you use your arms, okay? So when I do this, I'm using my back, okay? It's connected back here. You can even put one hand back there. Go, am I feeling this straight? Am I feeling this coming from my back? Or am I feeling this coming from the front of my body? Okay? One of the biggest setbacks we have in our society is we think too much about human movement, like fitness, like cardio, strength, balance. And we think it all up here. And the body's like, let me experience it. Let me go for a walk. There's balance. Let me bend over and work in the garden. There's balance and strength. That's mobility. See, the body doesn't break everything down into pieces. And I have to put verbal labels on everything because that's the way you relate. When in reality, if you and I just hung out all day and you just imitated me, it'd be a whole different world. Be a whole different world. You would feel, I'd show you, you'd act, we'd do these, we'd have an experience together. We would just experience and experience and experience these movements. That's what the way the body thinks, that's the way the body takes things in. We get on Google, figure out things. I am stunned at how much people think they know about human movement because of Google. I'm not faulting them. They just go and investigate and treat the body as if it was like their bank account. Like, okay, I know how much money I have in my bank. Well, I know how my body's supposed to move. Body didn't do that. Body is an experiential entity. And if you start to look at life like that in your body, you'll have such a great shift in how you feel and how you move. Okay, so that's about 18 minutes. All right, so there you go. We can talk about stuff. So ask me questions.
Roberta in Tucson asks, if we have back pain caused by a trauma, like an accident, versus while we're exercising, does it change the way we rehab?
That's a good question because, see, two things I need to say. One is trauma never is the same thing, right? You know, trauma surgeons are amazing. I mean, you never know what's going to happen, right? You get hit. Did your back break? Did you tear ligaments? It's never like when somebody has trauma to their knee, like they blow their ACL, that ligament, there is kind of a protocol because they've seen it repeatedly, right? But trauma to the back is a little different because there's different things. Now, in my world, I've seen a lot. And I will tell you that if you begin to embrace these kinds of movements, you will, on some level, little, big, I don't know, begin to heal. Because you are actually putting your back into its normal state, and you're not re-traumatizing it because you're doing your life movements with skill. So we don't just rehab at the clinic. We're rehabbing all the time, or we're not. So when I've had people have back trauma from a car wreck or something, there's an acute stage, which means early on, you've got to get inflammation down. You've got to get things back to somewhat of a somewhat normal state. Then you start incorporating life skills. Why? Because you're going to do them anyway. You're going to do stuff anyway. And if you don't do it, you're just going to have more problems by not doing anything. So there is can be little complications where my skill set does help. I've seen so much. So I don't have a black and white answer. But if you're going to be living anyway and picking up the dog bowl, why not do it with great skill and grace, or learn that? And you might be surprised how much the body is a self-healing entity. And it will help. Will it do everything? No, I can't tell you it will do everything, because trauma is unique every time. Yeah, I hope that helps.
Well, this is from Louisville, Colorado. Cheryl asks, should I warm up and or stretch before my first house tour?
No, it is your warm-up. Okay, so let's talk about that. I like that. Why don't we make it a little bit less, like, let's not take the dog toys off the floor first thing in the morning, okay? Now, I've taught on my YouTube channel, I have over and over and over again taught a movement called butt up the air or butt up the wall, and it is how to bend. And you could go to that and go, I think I want to warm up and kind of get this idea in my head and in my body, like where my feet go. Oh, there's where my feet go. Oh, my back is straight. You know, you might want to do a warm up like that. Warm-ups to me should be more about getting that feel, taking your time and easing into something. And sometimes that is helpful to, like, I would think tennis players kind of warm up. What they're really doing in many ways is just getting used to that feel. How did I hit the ball? Did I watch the ball? So I recommend my YouTube video of bending, and look at those and start warming up by practicing the bending movement so that when you get into what you're doing, it kind of flows. That's warming up to me. And ease into stuff. I'm just not like, maybe that's me because I'm older, but I just don't have any need to like just tear into something. I want to ease into it more because I want to feel it. I want to feel the movement I'm going into. Very good, thank you.
Terry in Lincolnwood, Illinois asks, why do personal trainers call what I do strength training if muscles aren't the most important thing?
I don't know. I mean, we've got this whole, like, the core stability was born in around the year of 2000. There are articles out. You can look up one called The Myth of Core Stability. I'm not trying to be controversial. I just think it'll open your mind up to some ideas of how it all came about. So muscles became popular. I have been a physical therapist since '88. I had a professor who worked with post-polio patients. So she was in the 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s. Then I'm in the 80s, 90s, 90s. So my perspective of human movement from a physical therapy point of view has been long, right? Long time. Almost a century. Well, 20 years last. I have seen fads. I have seen, we've got to do William flexion exercise. We've got to do McKenzie extension. Oh my word, we have SI joint dysfunction. The piriformis is the problem. We're not using our transverse abdominis. What's the next one? Neutral spine's really big. Now core. Now, is there some truth to all these things? Sure, of course, or it wouldn't work. So your trainer has had the experience that strength training works for him. So he likes to pick, or her, excuse me. He likes to pick up, or she likes to pick up weights, and then they feel better. There's no doubt that you pick up things and you move and I'm having manual labor right here. But I am not going to ever ask you to believe me or believe your personal trainer or believe your orthopedic surgeon or believe your naturopath. I want you to be the one you believe, and you being in your body, and you go experiment with this. And believe it or not, if you do this a lot, there are insights you're going to have that your personal trainer won't have, your PT may not have, blah, 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 okay? So this is to empower you with your own experience. I cannot speak for other people and what they tell you. I'm not a big person that lives by what other people tell me. I like to use my own experiences. And that's what I want for you.
Sammy and Paige asks, feedback, meaning what our brains are sensing.
Feedback. Well, when did I say that?
When you said you want
Feedback. Oh, feedback. Okay, good. Okay, when you bend, if you bend in a way that's going to hurt your back, you may not have any idea you're doing that. Any idea. You're like, what's wrong with this? Then if you put the brace on, it will kind of tell you, I don't want to bend at my waist. I want to bend at my hips. Oh, I feel the difference. Oh, okay, that's a feedback. That's feedback, is that your body will feel the brace hold you, and you'll understand, oh, I don't want to bend that way. I want to keep my back straight. It's a very, very subtle, or it's a very simple thing. A lot of people know about bending like that, but to the depth they understand it, I'll take you deep if you want to go. I'll take you real deep with this. But that's feedback. Feedback is, if you were with me and you were bending like this, I'd say, put your hands on your back, feel your spine, and straighten your back. Oh, I feel it now here. And come up. That's feedback. Your body changes its position and you have a different and new sensation.
This is related from Harry in Flagstaff. Is my waist the same as bending at my hips?
No, thank you for saying that, because I really think that can be confusing. Here's my waist, okay? Here is my waist, all right? This is bending at my waist. It kind of looks like a C curve, okay? This is my hip, all right? Here's my hip, and my spine's straight, and I'm still on my hip right here, okay? So bending at the hip is more like an L, okay? So the hip is here, and up right here, kind of soft tissue. I would say belly button-ish. That right in there, that's waist. Yeah, good question.
This is my favorite so far. Darlene in Cave Creek says, I hope this is a recording so I can show my husband what he should be doing.
Oh, I love that. Now, you don't want to say should. You just want to say, honey, look, let's share this. Let's both together get some good feedback and get strong. I like you. Who was that?
Darlene in Cave Creek.
Go, Darlene!
Carl in Williams says, why does putting a pillow underneath me help? Does it raise my hips above my knees?
It raises your hips a little above your knees, but it makes it easier to bend. Now, Carl, I want you to test this. I don't know how tall you are. I don't know how long your legs are. You know, I'm kind of just ad-libbing this, baby. But if I sit on my crotch, and you know where the crotch is of your shorts. Oh, look, they have all these shorts. Shorts, crotch. What's the crotch? The crotch of the shorts, right? That crotch, shorts. That's what you're sitting on. Okay. So I'm sitting on my crotch. Most people feel like they're kind of pitched forward when they have a pillow. The pillow lifts your butt so you don't have to pull, your back feels like it's just sitting there comfortably. And it attempts to give you more freedom in your hips so that it is easier. It is to help it be easier. And yes, your knees will be a little lower than your hips. And so if you're really tall, you might need 2 pillows.
Val in Mesa, this last question is, aren't I supposed to use my shoulder muscles to help push the vacuum?
You will. You just don't want to overuse them. And it's not, in shoulder muscles, I'm not quite sure what you think shoulder muscles are, so I'm just going to assume I don't know what you're talking about, but your shoulder back here, your shoulder's part of your back, okay? I don't want you to use this part a whole lot. I don't want a lot of this. It's not natural, it's not strength, it really hurts the body. It wasn't designed to push. You're designed to push from the back of your shoulder. And the back of your shoulder, here's your shoulder blade. You're designed to move from the back. And you will use muscles back there, yes. But try not to think about the shoulder, that it's here. even though I know that's part of the shoulder, think about your shoulders being powered from your back. Okay, this was kind of fun. You know, you can email me. It would be nice if you'd like to. And I'm at lisaann@mccallmethod.com. If that's too much, which I think it is, you could just go to mccallmethod.com and email me if you have a subject you would like for me to talk about, or if you have questions, or you have ideas or comments. So, don't forget to like, share, and what else? Subscribe. Wasn't a marketing major, can you tell?